Hey everybody, we're back with the Tuesday night stream with more Dark Souls. Yay! PS4 is not connecting to the internet though, so we don't have any of the fun connectivity. You know, that reminds me, I've been meaning to do this for a while. Yeah, fill that to screen again. I need to look into this at some point. The colour depth isn't the same on the stream as I'm getting it. Like, the file looks a lot more vibrant. All the colours look more vibrant for me, and I'm not sure why that's not coming through on stream. Hey Ben, how you doing today, buddy? No, it's not doing anything. I'll have to mess with this sometime off stream. I'll have to set some time aside. It's not a huge deal, it's just been bothering me a little. Light Souls. I don't even really have a joke for that. Kingsfield, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, PS4's not connected to the internet today. Yeah, not too bad. I've fairly chapped lips. So that's not great. But beyond that, we took down the Old Iron King last time, and there's still some stuff that I want to see about doing here. Because we did not finish exploring this place. Alright, this guy. Oh, that worked out. Four hits, not bad. just over a week till Christmas. Have you done all your Christmas shopping? Have you read the Christmas Carol? The recommended 37 times yet? Oh, it's you guys. I forgot about you. I didn't go up there. That was the reason. Yeah, you know what? I'd consider that if I got any money for follows. You give me a good idea for subscription responses. Maybe we'll see. That's reasonable. I don't trust money though. Or rather, I don't trust people's reactions to money. Is this good? Oh, we're here. Huh. Well, you know, just going through here would have made things easier. Yeah, no, I don't get any money off follows. I'm not going to get any money off it until I hit the point where I can get subscriptions, and even then, I think subscriptions, the way subscriptions work, it's... Let me get this guy. The way subscriptions work, it's, I think it's $5 for the first tier of subscriptions, and there's no way that the streamer gets all of that. See ya. Well, that's enough of that. Kinder Egg. A Kinder Egg's still illegal in the US. I'm gonna check out what's over there. Yeah, I've been enjoying Dark Souls 2, but I've got to say, I am ready for Dark Souls 2 to end. See ya. Oh, you bastard! No, I'm ready for Dark Souls 2 to be over and play something else. Well, you say that, but let's be fair, Kinder Eggs ain't particularly amazing to begin with. Chocolate-wise. Oh yeah, I forgot to put the death counter on at the start. It's not that I forgot to start it. I forgot to show it at the start of the stream to remind everybody what we're on. So it was 82 and now it's 83. I mean, let's be fair, if you're after the chocolate in Kinder Eggs, you're just going to get a Kinder Bar. Kinder Bar. Yeah, let's go do this again. Yeah, I don't think that was a fair trade. Now, I feel like with the eggs in particular, they skimp on the actual chocolate, so they can just make the hollow opening for the toy, which I don't think is worth it. If you want the chocolate, you're better off with a Kinder Bar. What about you? You jumping off? Yes, you are. Alright. Oh, that reminds me, I bought a Jedi Fallen Order today. If it had been ready in time, would have totally just skipped the Dark Souls stream to take a look at it. Yeah, but the toys are garbage. I'm not even going to try and be diplomatic about it. The toys are not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want the big guy especially. This is just going to keep happening, isn't it? But yeah, I am looking forward to playing Fallen Order. From what I've heard of the combat, it sounds like the kind of combat we've never had in a Star Wars game before, which really interests me. I've heard people comparing the combat to Dark Souls, which is interesting, if a little bit, because, let's be fair, at this point, too much is compared to Dark Souls. Well, I guess you managed to get them at the right times then when they had some kind of promotional deal with other stuff. Pretty much every time I got a Kinder Egg, it had garbage, generic toys in. But no, my hope is with the combat in Jedi Fallen Order being compared to Dark Souls, the idea is that it's deliberate and requires attention. It's not just like The Force Unleashed, which The Force Unleashed isn't a bad game, but let's be fair, that combat is not good. It's really bland and button mashy, and not button mashy in a good Devil May Cry way. Okay. Decepticon. You know, I've been meaning to play Transformers Devastation for a while. Oh, one of them will be easy enough to handle. Yeah, Transformers Devastation. I've had it for a while. I've been meaning to play it. Hey, Professor Snape, how are you doing today, buddy? No, it's not going to kill anybody. It'll just bring people down. Is this a dead end? Oh, it was one of these. Is this going to be worth it? Oh, okay. Sweet. Transformers Devastation. I think it's done by Platinum Games. It's a character action game starring Transformers. Visually, it's the cartoons. I think it's visually based on a particular cartoon, but it's bright and colourful, and you can actually tell the robots apart. Not like the Transformers movie games, where, let's be fair, you really can't. PS4, Xbox One, I think maybe PC. Like I say, I've had it for a while and I've just not played it yet. Alright, what do we got? Throw more into strength. Yeah, maybe I'll do that after this. Honestly, I've been throwing about a bunch of ideas. Interesting, that's a different area. I've been throwing about a bunch of different ideas for what to go for after this. Continue Persona 3. Go with Shadow of the Colossus, maybe? I don't know. Transformers could be an interesting one, and I doubt it'll be overly long. Oh, that's interesting. Hello. Goodbye. This game does have a lot of areas. It's weird that it's like, this is just a different area right there.
The bell belongs to the prince, it do. Stay back or we slice you to bits. Here, my chums, we shan't be left. Stay back or your pieces. Tiniest pieces.
I feel like if we talk about it as speed dating, I think my first reaction was right.
Stay away. Stay back.
I'm tempted to kill this guy.
Useless. Be gone right now, it's off.
What covenant am I part of? Am I part of a covenant? I don't think so. No, I have no interest. Well, there they go. Ah, these are tougher than the bigger guys. You know, I never saw Alien Covenant. I had no interest after Prometheus. Hello! You're interesting. Ooh. Nasty as well. You look kind of like a phantom. No, I expect I'm not. It's very bright down here. I wonder if this ballista's aiming at something. Wow, that guy looks like he has like 3 frames of animation when he was over there. Damn. Well, you don't have a shield now, genius. I feel like I'm actually walking around a Bowser's Castle course in Mario Kart. Hello! Oh dear! Better deal with you quick then. Right, hitting you from the back isn't going to help, is it? Because the shield actually counts as a hitbox. Okay, Big Sword's the danger here. Okay, wait for it, go. I didn't like the emphasis they seem to be putting on Michael Fassbender's character. I want to say David, but I feel like that's the name of the kid from AI. Well, you were a pain. And what's my reward? I guess it is David then. Was that also the name of the kid in AI? I haven't seen AI in years and I don't have any real interest in rewatching it. Never liked that movie. No, it really didn't. I think it's the problem with a lot of the horror franchises and... Someone's shooting me. With a lot of horror franchises and slasher movie franchises like that, we don't need to know more about the villain or the monster. It doesn't aid anything, it just makes, if anything, usually makes them less scary. Like, did Michael Myers become more terrifying when you found out he was Laurie's brother? Or was it scarier when he was just what seemed to be a random killer? That he could just be anybody. Well, I'm gonna move from here. I don't know, I don't think a fifth movie would have actually gone well. I mean, let's not forget how well Resurrection went. The problem with the fifth movie is the Alien franchise like that is tied too much to Sigourney Weaver. Which was a decision Fox themselves made when they chose to bring Sigourney Weaver back for Resurrection. Alright, let's do this. Ron Perlman's always great. You can't just defend a movie because Ron Perlman's in it. Yeah, the space jockey in the first movie was better with the mystery. Where did they come from? Who knows? Telling us more about a monster doesn't make it scarier. I mean, hell, I'm still disappointed that they didn't make a third Hellboy movie with Ron Perlman in. Oh, the engineer thing, yeah. Is the engineer? Probably. Wait, no, in Resurrection. Oh, yeah, no. I'm thinking different things again. That served absolutely no purpose. What the hell was the point? Yeah, no, the way they did that was weird. I have to figure out where to go next.
Bear.
Well, Alien was a case of fantastic set design as well. I don't know, the idea of prequels just... Down there is where I want to go, isn't it? The idea of prequels is just... More often than not, it doesn't work out. Let's see, how many is this going to give me? Okay, is that enough?
Come to... Well,
12,000, alright.
well, really? A very generous offer indeed. Especially from you. I get such a warm feeling inside when I get the chance to help others.
Well, a prequel can set up interesting thoughts. More often than not, doing so is at the expense of the original work. That's gone further than I wanted.
This ladder's not for sale. Don't. Cheers for that.
Puts them in different places. Or like Terminator Dark Fate did this year.
Well, a very just.
I'll see it eventually, but... I'll see Terminator Dark Fate eventually, but... I'm in no hurry for it.
Hey, the only thing. Cheers for that.
Okay, where does that lead me? Further down. But if I want that, I actually have to drop off here. Which, of course, isn't great. It's just a life gem. Lockstone. I should be able to climb up that. What, making a sequel set years later? Are they bringing Peter Weller back for it? Ah, bollocks. Yeah, I'm not as interested in it as I was in Genesis. Because Genesis, regardless of Genesis, the problems with Genesis, Genesis started with an interesting idea. Dark Fate really didn't. Alright, where did the souls go? Then I've got no way of actually getting back from there. Although... I mean, Genesis has its problems, but it's not a movie I regret seeing. If I'll try and go for that one. Well, it worked. Wonder where this leads. Doesn't look good wherever it is. That ladder leads there, which will allow me to get further down to the bottom. And if they're not bringing back Peter Weller, I would question what the point of it is. That said, would Peter Weller actually want to come back? Another point, though, for Peter Weller, if you haven't seen the Dark Knight Returns animated adaptation, it's worth a watch. Peter Weller plays Batman in that, and it is really good. Yeah, so let's see where the 12,001 leads. The Pops character wasn't bad. They did kind of overdo a few of the things though, like the smile gag. Like, yeah, it's a neat little throwback to Terminator 2, but they overdid it. Even then, it's a throwback to a deleted scene from Terminator 2. Of course it's locked. Like I say, the benefit of Genesis was that it started with a good idea. I think Genesis would have been far more bearable if it had happened not long after Terminator 2, when they could have still had the original actors. Damn it, why did that item? Bad Boys reference or just playing the Bad Boys song? The John Connor Terminator was cool, but I deduct points because the trailer spoiled that twist. Where is this? Oh, there's somebody down there. This place doesn't feel good. There, that's good. Ash Knuckle Ring. What does that do? Petrification resistance. That doesn't bode well. Also, how the hell do I get over there? I think that was less a Bad Boys reference or more a reference to, I think, Cops. Damn it. Here they come. So I think Bad Boys actually references Cops with that. There's the trouble. Yeah, I've never watched the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I want to fight this guy in water. Song is called Bad Boys. Alright, fair enough. No, I mean, that's part of the reason why Bad Boys references it. because the movie's called Bad Boys, but the characters themselves are referencing cops. Oh, that was a needless spin. Oh, you're not going to come out of there, are you? Oh, shit. That could have gone worse. Known female singer. I know Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles is one of the things that contributed to Summer Glau's nerd fame. You know, after she did Firefly. But I don't... there's Lena Headey in it. Headey? And that's kind of all that I know, really. How far does this go? Well, not back up, I guess. Shirley Manson. Name rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you anything she's done. Oh, Garbage Singer, alright. Though, honestly, the only song I ever heard from Garbage was The World Is Not Enough. This place is too quiet. Give me a vibe halfway between Blighttown and Ashlake. God, I don't... There's very little I actually remember about Captain Marvel. It was a very generic film. Surprising. Expecting that to be a mimic. Ah, something's coming. Oh, jeez. Something here and I can't see it. Are the statues spitting at me? God, they probably are, aren't they? What a fun name. Oh, that gives me lots of confidence, that Professor. Thank you. God, I feel like I don't want to be here. Very low visibility. Gonna guess this isn't worth it. What in the hell is that? Hmm. I don't like this place. Oh, well. Maybe it is an actual gutter. By gutter, I mean sewer. Well, that's good at least. Oh god, tell me we're not dealing with toxic again. Is this the Blight Town of Dark Souls 2? Okay. Not happy with a lot of these platforms breaking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the whole idea of the torch, and it's nice to have a reason to use it again. But I have a bad feeling about this. And those lights in the distance don't give me comfort. Get the feeling this will be a bad idea. Fog door. Maybe you should have just gone to the grave of saints instead. Yeah, they are coming from the statues. Knew it. So don't walk in front of them. Is this one locked? Yeah. Something's still spitting poison. You know, and here I was, naive enough to believe there'd be a straight path to that fog door. You know the worst thing about this area is it's still too quiet. Oh, that looks like a bad idea. Was I overthinking things? Oh, no, I'll see you later. Yeah, tell me about it. Especially with the size of this place. Oh, hello. Like, this place is huge, and so far the biggest threat has been the environment. And it's not been that big a threat. Oh, that's a ladder. What is this? I don't even want to know. That looks like a trap. Oh, hello. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. Really do have to give credit to the lighting effects on this, though. There's got to be poison or something. Nice. Nice. Come on. Three. What if these guys are attracted to the light, unlike the spiders? Is that another fog door, or is it one that I saw? Be an interesting twist if this has the opposite result of the fire with the spiders, creating an environment where you don't want to have light. There it is. See ya. That definitely feels like one of the problems Blighttown had. Now we're right back at the start. I fell through there. If we don't fall this time, maybe we end up with a shortcut. Yeah, because I lit those and I was heading over there. Alright, that's not too bad then. We just don't take the scenic route this time. God damn it, statues. Don't know where this guy came from. Alright, come on, poison. There we go. Death compilation. That's going to require a lot of working through the editing, actually. That said, not necessarily a bad idea. Remind me. Might see about giving that a shot. We're currently on 86 deaths. Fell through there. Dealing with you. Well, you didn't get stunned. Alright, thanks, Bane. Hello. More poison throwing knife. I wonder what I'm working towards here. Thank you, headphones. Feels like we're getting close to the fog, though. Feels like I'll probably fall through something here. Like that. Need better positioning. Well, this was a wonderful idea. And poison things. Wonderful. Just give me an idea, but it's probably a bad one. Maybe the only one, though. No, I don't think we did discuss it on Sunday. Probably discussed it on the Discord. But yeah, the you can hear Nemesis saying stars, which is interesting. Well, looks like my idea is the only way forward. Yeah, it didn't go too badly. Do we know if that's in the actual game? There's a fresh update out, which I think is specifically for the letter and the new trophy achievement. But did it add the demo Easter egg to the game? Because if it's just in the demo, that's weird. Yeah, I thought the voice was alright, and I like that you can make out that it says stars. More monstrous, while the original was, it was somewhere between a growl and a whisper. I was talking about it with some of the guys on the Discord, and the guy who did the Nemesis voice in the original, died in 2017, so they couldn't get him back to do the Stars voice, which is a shame because it's iconic. And every time since that they've had Nemesis say Stars, it just hasn't been right. Okay, so where do I go then if that's not the way forward? Yeah, everywhere I've every video I've seen pop up about it and everything I've seen mention it says the demo. So I've not had a chance to look into it specifically for the main game. And I did try and download the update, but the PS4 decided it was going to take ages, so I've not downloaded it yet. You coming down here? There we go. There's got to be something I'm missing. Is there a ladder that I've missed? It'd be interesting. I wonder what the legality of reusing the original voice would be. With the voice actor being dead now. Because try to use the original voices again for the Silent Hill HD collection was just one part of that massive mess. I'm gonna have to go back to the other one, aren't I? The interesting thing with the Silent Hill HD collection doing that, though, is I think they were able to get all of the original voice actors to sign off on it, except the original voice actress for Heather in Silent Hill 3, who they couldn't get in contact with. Supposedly couldn't get in contact with. But... it's a really interesting case of, in the originals, the voices in Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3 in the original versions were not professional voice actors. Not in Silent Hill 2, at least. I don't think they were in Silent Hill 3. But it's a case of non-professional voice actors doing a better job than actual professional voice actors. Like Guy Seehey doing James Sunderland plays him far better than Troy Baker did. I'm wondering if he'll even have an estate. Like, he'll probably have next of kin, but I wonder if he'll even have an estate. Yeah. What else you got? I think Mary Elizabeth McGlynn did the new voice for Maria and Mary, and did a far worse job in both regards than the original voice actress did. It really is crazy just how much worse the HD collection really was in basically every regard. But like I say, even more so the voice acting, that professional voice actors did a worse job. than the original cast. God damn it. You know, I'm not sure about doing the original Silent Hill at any point. But Silent Hill 2 is a game I should really get to. It's been a long time. There's bits and pieces of Silent Hill 2's gameplay that I remember. But for the most part, I've forgotten most of it. Because let's be fair, when you think Silent Hill, do you think the game or do you think the story? The atmosphere, the symbolism? Or do you think some of its bullshit mechanics? Because let's be fair, Silent Hill was... the entire series was full of bullshit mechanics. Oh no, I didn't mean physical. I didn't mean the status in physical property. There's, when I think of somebody's estate in that regard after they've passed away, I think of a large amount of money being handled as a result of it. And, you know, Peter Cushing being a classic British voice actor, being a classic British actor, had plenty of that. God damn it. I wonder. There's a really interesting video, it's a two-part video on YouTube. That looks at and highlights all of the major problems with the Silent Hill 2 and 3 in the HD collection. From a very interesting perspective, not talking about gameplay or frame rate or anything. They mention the fog being missing at one point, but for the most part, it's talking about specifically in terms of story and performances. And it's really interesting to watch. God, I'm getting sick of these. Oh yeah, classic Nemi voice would be great. It's one of those things, I didn't realise just how different a lot of the Nemesis voices were until I watched a comparison video a little while back. Between the original voice, the voice that was used in Apocalypse, the movie, the voice from Umbrella Chronicles, the voice from Operation Raccoon City. And I think that's it. God damn it, stop. And like the original has the benefit of being the original. God, this one. They're designed to just screw you. The original has the benefit of being the original, but I think compared to basically all of the later ones, with the possible exception of the one in Apocalypse, it's also it works by virtue of being the most subtle as well. I think the one in Apocalypse was probably the next best after the original. It's unbelievable how ridiculous and over the top the Umbrella Chronicles and Operation Raccoon City ones were. Every corner. Well, that was the thing with the movies. They were undecided whether they wanted to give fan service to the games, or if they wanted to be their own thing, which is part of the problem with them. Especially, it really starts with Apocalypse. Like, they've got Jill there dressed as RE3 Jill. And it's like, oh, it's neat fan service, and the actress, Sienna Guillory, put a lot of effort into her performance to match the game. But it doesn't help that the makers of the movie weren't interested. I assume so. Can't think of any reason why it wouldn't. God damn it. There's a butterfly there? Huh. Yeah, the number of times, like, you watch Apocalypse, and the number of times in the movie Jill does something, and it doesn't work, and then Alice turns up and does the exact same thing, and it works, because Alice. It's ridiculous. The makers of the movie weren't interested in making a decent movie. They were after showing off Mila Jovovich. Which is disappointing. And if they'd just stuck to showing off Mila Jovovich, would have been not great, but, you know, wouldn't have been as insulting. But the fact that they kept bringing in game characters and having them all play second fiddle to Mila Jovovich was just stupid. Like, Extinction brought in Claire. Yeah, I saw that. Extinction brought in Claire. Afterlife, I think, was the fourth one. Brought in Chris and wasted him. Retribution had Leon, Ada, and Barry for no reason and didn't do anything with any of them. It's one of the weirdest things. Like, they make a point of, yeah, no, Claire's back and she's lost her memory, and also this guy is actually her brother, and then they do absolutely nothing with it, and it becomes a case of what was the point. Oh gosh. And like I say, it really is a case of, if the movies had just done their own thing and not tried to pull in fans of the games by saying, here's your favourite characters in the movies now, watch them interact with the movie characters and stuff. If the movies hadn't done that, it wouldn't have been as bad. You know, also if the movies hadn't ripped off like entire sequences from the games, that would have been better as well. Get sick of that. Yeah, by Afterlife, they were really just they were half making movies, half just ripping off the games. I'm pretty sure it's the main reason why Wesker's the main villain of Afterlife. Just so they could rip off the fight sequence from RE5. Alice being jacked up on the T-Virus was a convenient excuse for them to just say superpowers. But why superpowers? T-Virus. That way they didn't have to actually explain anything. And they could have Mila Jovovich being all super cool. I think it was a massive conflict of interest to have the main star married to the director. It's like, no, she wasn't married to him in the first movie. But they were probably at least going out by the second movie, and it really shows. Because no other character's really allowed to do anything there. So I could jump down there and go that way. Oh, there is this. Like I say, the worst part of it was that they were just copying the games, ripping off the games wholesale because they had no ideas of their own. I'm surprised in Afterlife they didn't just have Alice doing the Wesker fight from RE5 on her own. You know, but have her win it. It's a great shield, but it doesn't have 100% physical resistance. And it absorbs HP. What a weird choice. I'm not seeing anything there, but that doesn't mean that I want to jump right in. Ladder down, which makes me think that that won't be a boss arena. Oh, that looks good. Oh, it's those things. Oh, that's hideous. Well, I'm gonna leave that. Nothing over here. I think the best way to describe the Resident Evil movies is essentially fanfiction, because that's what they were. This is Alice. She's my original character. She's super cool and strong and can't be beaten, and everybody loves her. It's the definition of a Mary Sue. Oh no, let's not go down there. That's a dead end ladder. Where do these guys keep coming from? Feels like every time I turn around there's another one. Yeah, I think only the first two were really fun to watch. Before they got really bad with it. Bollocks. Oh, I'll agree with that. It's part of the reason why I like Batman and Robin. That and the fact that the action sequences aren't particularly bad. The production value is really good. The soundtrack is solid. Whatever happened with the lawsuit from the stunt woman for the last movie? The last thing I heard, she was suing the production company behind the movie because of it. God damn it. Yeah, you never heard of that? A stunt woman in the last movie. Stunt went wrong. From what I heard, because of a mandate from the director. They did the stunt went fine. The director decided, no, we want the camera lower, do it all again. And having the camera lower wasn't factored into the stunt. So they did it again. The camera woman collides with the camera arm, I think. Loses. I think she lost her arm and had her face was degloved. And she was in a coma for a while. It was nasty business. And she's suing the production company, I think, specifically for the whole thing because it shouldn't have happened. The motorcycle accident, I don't think was supposed to be part of the stunt. Like I say, the problem was they did the stunt, the director decided he wanted the camera lower. And the stunt coordinator hadn't set the stunt to accommodate that. And so they do it again, stunt woman crashes into the camera rigging. I don't have all the details. Needless to say, it was nasty. And the results are probably not something you want to look up. I don't say that from experience. I didn't look it up because there's a bonfire here. Yeah, I didn't look it up because I can imagine what a face being degloved is actually supposed to mean. I was like, you know, I don't need to actually see that. Break the wall upstairs. One of these walls. Oh, sweet. And I can just come back to this one. Well, that explains what this bonfire is here for. Thanks, Professor. Let's go back to my jeweler and level up. But yeah, like... Yeah.
Bearer of the curtain.
There's always the risk of being injured in a stunt. That's... You know, it's part of the problem. But when a stunt is fully coordinated, is supposed to be fine, and is done and is fine, and then is ruined because somebody changes something like that. Yeah, it doesn't help. I think there was also an issue over her medical bills as well. They didn't cover her insurance or something. So she sued them for that as well. And you can look into it online, but the whole thing was a mess. Oh, I want my torch. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this one's probably good. Like you. I didn't want you targeted. Fuck. Yeah, let me look it up actually, see if I can find the info on it. Stunt woman who lost her arm in a motorcycle accident spent 17 days in a coma while filming Resident Evil: The Final Chapter is suing the film's producers. Olivia Jackson says she was misled over the insurance cover for her injuries and claims it's only paid out $33,000. 38-year-old suffered terrible injuries when she collided with a camera on a mechanical crane that was being driven at her as she rode towards it. Her lawsuit, filed in California, claims there were last-minute changes to the stunt in September 2015 that meant the camera was lifted a moment later on the final run. Says the camera smashed into her forearm with a combined speed of 71 miles per hour, obliterating the bone as well as tearing her cheek flesh back, leaving her teeth exposed. Her left arm had to be amputated. Other injuries included brain swelling, punctured lungs, dozens of broken bones, and a severed vital neck artery. The lawsuit says Miss Jackson's spine has become twisted and deformed because of the effect of all her injuries. It claims $33,000 insurance money she's received does not even cover one of the potential 10 surgeries she needs. Ms. Jackson said she also later found out there was no liability coverage for her claim. She's suing producers Paul Anderson and Jeremy Bolt, who she claims abandoned her and have not fulfilled an offer to pay all her medical bills. Both pictures and Tannhauser Gate are also listed on the lawsuit for breach of contract and misrepresentation. Details. The case was submitted last year in South Africa where the stunt took place but was dismissed at the request of Anderson and Bolt's lawyers. That was in September, so filed in California. With the way the American legal system moves, chances are it hasn't actually been settled yet. God damn it! Really sick of those. Spend way too long on that menu. God. But yeah, other places where I saw the story spoke in more detail about the stunt. Bugger! Oh, there's those souls gone. Specifically, they'd done the stunt before, but the director wanted it done again so they could catch it from a different angle, which led to the crane the camera was mounted on being lifted too late for the stunt because they had it lower. But actually, I don't think that was the only... Let me look this up. I don't think that was the only problem in the movie. I think somebody died during the filming. Let me get a look at this. Yeah, here we go. Second accident occurred during filming on December 3rd when crew member Ricardo Cornelius was crushed to death by one of the film's props, a US Army issue Hummer, while on set. The Hummer was placed on a rotating platform and fell off, crushing Cornelius, who was assisting with the scene, against a wall. He later died in hospital. Starts to paint a not so pretty picture of the production. Yeah, and more details with the stunt woman say that she was told there was full medical cover with the insurance, and there was only actually minor medical insurance cover. Which sounds to me like they were hedging the bets that nothing would seriously go wrong, and then it did, and they just said, "Oh well, at least it wasn't somebody we cared about." Alright, let's actually get down there. This ain't good. Let's be fair, do you think any of these Hollywood types actually have any kind of integrity like that? Resident Evil movies made a lot of money. They wanted more money. Why would we not release the movie because of a minor thing like people getting injured and dying? Oh, well, all we really need to do is, you know, put a little in memory of right at the end of the credits where nobody's actually going to see it or care. That'll be fine. That'll be enough. I'm not sure I like this. Yeah, the ladder would have gone better. I had a plan with the ladder. Going up and then sliding down to do a decent amount of damage. What I didn't expect was for someone to come down from the top of the ladder. That looks like a bad idea. Wasn't there a fog door down here? Or was I just seeing the items? What the hell was that? But no, the entire thing is really shitty. Especially since, you know, not only is this woman essentially crippled, she's lost an arm. Her career is almost effectively over without these surgeries that they were supposed to cover in the insurance. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is stuff, there are roles and performances that stunt people can do. I'm sick of these. While missing a limb. Specifically because they're missing a limb. But you know, with a spine mangled like that. The whole thing's a mess. The whole thing is a mess. It makes me glad I didn't pay to watch that movie. God, there was a thing I saw a little while back that Mila Jovovich is disappointed that the Resident Evil reboot, the reboots for the movies, aren't gonna... she's not gonna be in them. Because, like, they announced, I think basically as soon as the last movie came out, that they're going to be rebooting it. And Mila Jovovich is like, I'm disappointed that I'm not going to be in it. And it's like, you were in them too much already. Of course, it also got worse with the Monster Hunter movie, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, starring his wife again. Yeah, let me see if I can do something with this. Oh, I still have it equipped, good. No, she has no presence and nobody's interested in her. Because again, she's a Mary Sue. Do I have any arrows that might speed this up? Might work. Could work. I haven't paid much interest in it. I'm not a fan of the games, so I've got no real investment in the movies. But I think it's a little more than a coincidence that, oh, Paul W.S. Anderson's directing the Monster Hunter movie, and it stars his wife again. Makes me think a little bit. Poison is super aggressive in this game. Oh, that was worth it. Nope. Yeah, I've tried to get into Monster Hunter a few times over the years. With Monster Hunter Freedom Unite on the PSP. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate on 3DS, which I heard was fantastic. And I've got Monster Hunter World, and I played it for like an hour and then just never went back to it. Not because I didn't like it, but because it's another one of those games that's like, it didn't immediately grab me, and I just never went back. No, the Monster Hunter movie looks so boring and generic from the pictures I've seen. Like, not even from anything that I know about the story or anything. No, the pictures are like, army unit is transported into the world of Monster Hunter. It's like, oh great, I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie a dozen times before and it was shit every time. I don't think I need to see it, and I don't think I need to see it again. Directed by the guy who made Mortal Kombat. I think part of the problem with Monster Hunter as well, as a reason I've not got into it, is there's a big focus on multiplayer, and I'm not a multiplayer guy. There was a point where I would make the effort to coordinate with some friends and play some games together, but for the most part, that was it was mostly around me playing a game anyway. Like back when I was doing Final Fantasy XIV, it's like, yeah, no, friends, I'll coordinate with them and we'll work together and do something for mutual benefit. Or for somebody else's benefit, because I'll help them out. There's the fog door. But I'd be on, most of the time, I'd already be on there anyway. Well, at least that drop wasn't too bad. Oh, that looks worrying. Yeah, most of it is... These days, with Monster Hunter World, it's attention span. Well, this looks like it's going to lead somewhere. I'm going to take a drink. My throat's actually kind of sore. You know, every time you say something like that, Professor, you just build up so much enthusiasm in me. Every time. Alright. Well, it's not a boss, but it looks like a lot of poison. Well, you know what? Let's take a little detour, shall we? Well, there's no point in actually going back. We don't have souls for anything. So when you said, when we got into the gutter before, and you were like, "Oh God, this area," did you mean the gutter or did you mean this area, the Black Gulch? Because depending on your answer, you know, it'll determine just how much fun I'm gonna decide to have here. The whole thing. Great. What's with these statues? Glad I figured out early on that these things were the ones spitting poison. Gah. I'm guessing that's poison pools. Something's going on. Nope. Oh God. Well, things got a little bit different. I really do feel overpowered, and I'm just so happy about that. Because it makes me worry about how bad a time I'd be having if I didn't feel overpowered. God, those things spit really far. That's interesting. Combustible pools. Well, this feels like a case of, like, similar to a lot of the Shin Megami Tensei games where being overpowered is all well and good, but you're still gonna take a lot of hurt. Which is how things generally go in Mega 10. What's that? You're 20 levels above the usual level for this area? Cool. That means you'll have slightly less of a difficult time. Hello. You look hideous. God, where is that one coming from? Thank God I've got plenty more of these. God damn it. Poison is way too aggressive in this game. There it is. Boy, am I glad I chose to upgrade stamina a little bit more. No, if I use the bow, that's not going to work out overly well. I'll have to relight the torch. Not bad, not bad. This area feels like it's going to keep going for a while. And it's something I don't really feel like I need right now. Wonderful, wonderful. Everything just keeps getting better. Well, he must have really high poison resistance. I would have loved it if he'd been poisoned before he even got anywhere. Oh, I don't have a shield on. Well, let me just turn around. Yeah, maybe that summon sign will be a good idea. I'm sorry, what? Why did I spin around there? God, I'm tired. Every single one of those bloody things is respawned. Every single bloody one. You know what? I'm throwing another effigy down. I want that summon sign. God, we've died too many times this session. Okay. 2 bonfires. Alright. So just smaller than normal. Smaller than other areas, but still a sizable area. God. Use a sweep attack. Okay, so 2 R2s. That's not the same place the last summon sign was in, which is interesting because we're not playing online. Sweep the leg. Alright, and the other one, there it is. Oh, I better take out all of those. You know, I expected that to be a one-time spawn thing, like the, that big worm in Blighttown that blocks a tunnel and you can come up behind it in the tunnel. No, we'll leave that. Schmidt. Yeah, there's the other summon sign. Yeah, he's using a bow and arrow. Works. You know, it's a toss-up between Blighttown and... like the entirety of Blighttown, and the, that one place in Orlando where the Silver Knights are shooting arrows at you. But then, I really hate the Crystal Caves as well. Oh, hey, a pathway. Yeah, I went through Blighttown again for the stream, and haven't done it since, probably won't do it again since. Why are there two of them? Victor and Gully. Oh, that bodes well. Oh, so much for parrying. Get him, Ray. Wasn't intended to be a Ghostbusters reference, but then it became Ghostbusters reference, and I'm okay with that. You know, I was doing that, it would have been last week, or over the weekend, maybe. With my cleric build. No, move! With my cleric build. And I made it first time. No. God, I want to go down there. Ray! Was this here a minute ago? Oh, it's a statue. Alright. Is he an enemy? He doesn't look friendly. Yeah, he's an enemy. Yeah. That is, it's one of my favourite lines in the original Ghostbusters. Are you a god? No? Then die. Ray, next time someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes. Can't use the bonfire because I have a buddy here. It doesn't bode well, but at least I can teleport. Can I teleport if I've not sat down at a bonfire? Oh, that looks inviting. It's nice of the summons to give away where these guys are. Yeah. I should do the Ghostbusters game at some point. I have it on PS3. The remaster came out recently, but I don't see anything wrong enough with the original to really want the remaster. And as far as I'm aware, the remaster isn't really adding enough that I could be interested in. I think Ray might be poisoned. And he's just standing there. What's actually shooting him? Well, in that case, I'm going to go for the bonfire. Not entirely comfortable with 4 Estus flasks for this. Is your task really completed if you haven't helped me kill the boss? I thought that was the entire point of summons. You can summon in areas where you haven't killed the boss. And the task of the summon is to kill the boss. Which character? There's adaptability that's poison, isn't it? Resistances, yeah. Now back to the Black Gulch. I think it's called Shylar, but if you can come up with a more entertaining name, go for it. Let me just light my torch. You can do better than Jeff. Which reminds me, I've seen Clim Hazard in the chat, and we had a fun time with the Final Fantasy VII names. Well, not in the chat, I've seen Clim's here. I have a bad feeling about it. Yeah, Norman's not bad. That makes me think of... I don't know why, it makes me think of Holly from Red Dwarf. Is this the giant skeleton? Oh, this must be the Rotten then. Oh wow, that is actually a nasty design. A hand made of people. It tells me in the users in chat. It updates fairly slowly, so If somebody comes in, they have to be here for a few minutes for it to update, and I remember they're here, but I'm gonna guess I don't need the torch here. So, Professor, you said this is the worst of the bosses that I had left? Yeah. Oh, that's not good. That isn't good. Not good. That's why I was thinking of Holly. I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, it was replaced by Hattie Hayridge, who played the female version of Holly from the Mirror Universe, or the Female Universe, or whatever they called it. Oh, wonderful. Well, I guess I'm dead because I happened to be dragged into the fire as well. Yeah, seems that way. Usually I don't call people out like that because if they're not participating in the chat, I assume there's a reason for it. But Jeff specifically brings up the point when Klim was streaming Final Fantasy VII a little while ago, and I ended up naming his characters for him. I think I named Barrett Jeff. Klim would remember better than I would. He's got the actual file. That was a fun time. Called Hilly and not Holly. Yeah, I remember that. And then when they replaced Norman Lovett with her, there was never an explanation given for it. But Series 2 ended in a weird way, and Series 3 didn't pick up a lot of stuff that Series 2 ended with. Alright, let's do this again. Okay, grab that. No, 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 get out of the fire. Oh, that doesn't look good. Yeah, it's fair enough. I remember seeing an interview where he spoke about it, and they told him they were going to replace him. Yes, you have Mr. Death. They told him they were going to replace him, and he asked whoever they replace him with, don't replace him with the female version. And then they replaced him with the female version. This is going to take ages like that. Alright. Dude hits hard. Makes me think of Gravelord Nito if Nito was made of flesh and not bones. Doing decent damage when I'm hitting him though, which is kind of surprising. I wonder what the connection is between the four great souls in this game. Because it brings to mind the four Lord Souls from the original, but the Lord Souls had a connection that was known in story. Uh-oh. Of course I'd roll into the fire. You know, I'm thinking the fire's the worst part of this fight. Yeah, I remember they brought the original back. Was the original in Back to Earth as well? Okay, come on, we can do this. There it is, 2 shots. Holly was down in Back to Earth. Okay, let's do this. Well, that probably wasn't worth it. The main thing I remember about Back to Earth was that it was disappointing. Though I heard the cut down version that because there was the original 3-part version, and there was a version that was cut down into, I think, like an hour. I heard that was a lot better. Like, cut away a lot of the fat. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Makes a cameo in Season 12. Well, there's the primal bonfire, and I'm guessing that's another entrance to DLC. What? Oh, tell me that's not Bed of Chaos. I imagine it didn't work out so well. Sounds really stupid. What are you? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No.
Have you what it takes? Truly. Young Harlow, seek after Vendrick. He who almost became a true monk. The Vendrick is certain to guide your way.
Okay.
May we meet again?
I feel like that didn't actually help anything. Alright. Well, this is interesting. These things again. And it's closed. Wonderful. Well, going back then. I feel like that explained less than Guinevere did in the original. Comes to the end of the journey we thought we had, and now what? Who's Vendrick? Are you Vendrick?
You are blessed with a myriad of souls. Bearer of the curse, make your way to the castle.
Okay, where's the castle? Okay, so we do the cap at 40. They seem to change the soft cap in this game, but yeah, we'll see.
Bearer of the seek, lest this land.
Things betwixt. Okay. Now, there's a bunch of stuff I left off over here. There was one with a statue. And you're going to be an enemy, aren't you? Yep. You know, maybe having the first one I've rescued primal. Maybe having the first one I de-petrified, I guess, be an actual character. Put me in the wrong mindset. Oh god, basilisks. Oh. Well, that looks kind of far. You cheeky bugger. Nice. Go deal with him. What do you mean, Professor? Clearing a specific place. So I assume there were 4 primal bonfires and I've got them all. Because that was definitely the 4th. Yeah, no, we killed the Duke's dear Freya. Oh, bollocks. The 2-headed spider boss, Duke's dear Freya, yeah. Killed it. It shot laser beams from its mouth. Oh boy, I'm glad there was something to land on here. Took a while, but we finally killed one of these. Yeah, I died a few times in that area. Thankfully, the using the torch to keep the spiders at bay was a decent thing. The only reason I... Oh, shit. I don't need you while I'm dealing with the big guy. The only reason I died against Duke's dear Freya the first time was because I two-handed my weapon to attack. And that was a bad idea because it meant I put out my torch and the spiders started attacking. God damn it. But no, the Duke's dear Freya took 2 tries, the Old Iron King took 3, the Rotten took 2. What was the first one? The first was the Lost Sinner, that was 2 tries as well, wasn't it? I think the boss I had the most trouble on was the Pursuer. I died so many times on that one, and then I've not died anywhere near as much on any other boss. Okay, so I'm guessing the Pursuer comes at you when you go near the coffin. Bollocks. There it is. Be a hard one later again. I don't think it's necessarily that the bosses have been easy, it's just that I've not had as much trouble with them. The biggest problem with the Pursuer was how fast he was and how he was always on you. The Rotten was fairly close to me a lot of the time, but I was able to get space, which helped. Duke's dear Freya barely came near me. The Old Iron King was stuck being at the lava. The Lost Sinner. The Lost Sinner I would have probably had more trouble with. Oh no, he's just going to be here. Alright. The Lost Sinner I would have had more trouble with if I didn't go in there with 2 guys. And the first time, it was trouble. The second time, I stayed back for the most part and let my guys handle it. Oh, god damn it. I don't want the pursuer to run away. Wonderful. God, move. That was irritating. Alright. Coffin. We're going to use the coffin as a boat. Probably. Wait a minute. Yep. It's the gender-changing coffin. Ooh, it makes him respawn. Nice. Let's do this. Well, that went straight through my block. 2. Awesome. Well, let's get back in. I'd heard about the gender-changing coffin. It's a neat idea. It's nice that there's no muss or fuss to it. No muss, no fuss. Let me get the torch lit again. Coffin to suit everybody's tastes. Alright, what was this one? Move the camera. It's weird that it tells you that here after you're gonna have walked past so many of them. Basilisks. You know, if it was as easy as just climbing into a coffin, you know, you could just change back by climbing back into the coffin. I feel like a lot of people would be willing to try it. Well, don't you look relaxed? Alright. See if this is opened up then. You're doing
Hello
okay?
again.
Oh yeah, you're the pyromancy.
It was
Yeah.
a perilous trek across the mountains. I faced the most frightful things.
The audio quality on the speech sounds terrible.
No, it was a it was a Look, be safe.
Dude's still here.
Do you ever the journey of you'll face in vain if you need help when you face danger? Protection is.
No.
I see. Then you'll. If you ever require, I will stay.
Yeah, we're all alone in the end. "98 deaths worldwide. Interesting, because our count was at 94. Is it counting other deaths? Or change his sex instead. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a movie that would do something like that. All I'm coming up with are movies where a character ends up in a different age body. Like Freaky Friday, or 13 going on 30, or... what was that Matthew Perry? 17 again, that's what it was.
Even more. I don't. I would not. It was. But it wasn't. I don't. But there is. It seemed something.
Looking at this, it feels like one's missing. At least one. Yeah. Let me get this. I feel like there's gotta be a movie where a guy is trapped in a girl's body. I can't think of one. I feel like it'd be an 80s movie. Like Weird Science, but, you know, weirder. Oh, it's gotta be the pigs making those noises. Castle. The tower? Mr. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire is one of those movies that got... there's a fan-made trailer of it you can find online. With the point of it being... that if you changed the tone of it without changing anything else about it, it comes across essentially really differently. And so the trailer changes the tone and makes it into a horror.
Thanks.
Like how the Wicker Man remake, there's the trailer that changes the tone and makes it a comedy instead. Alright, what do we got? Cardinal Tower. Why do I feel like this? The castle door with the king. I remember that. Let's see if my hunch is right. Not the face! Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah, they're in my eyes! It's weird how Nicolas Cage is occasionally a good actor. Well, I say occasionally. You can be a fantastic actor. And he wants to be. Whee! Alright, I think it was this way to the castle gate I'm looking for. Well, that was good. A magical... They turned it into a magical children's movie? Jeez. You know, it bothers me how much higher leveled I am now. That I'm not taking these guys out in one hit. That's better. Face Off is a solid movie. Nicolas Cage overacting at his best. Where's the door that I'm looking for? I should rewatch Face Off. Is Face Off on Netflix? John Travolta's pretty good. John Travolta, I feel... John Travolta can be fantastic. I feel like he's past the point of actually caring about a lot of the films he stars in now. Which is a shame, because he makes a great villain. The remake of The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, John Travolta was pretty good in that. The door I'm after is around this area somewhere. Pete's gone. Yeah, I'll probably see him at the Winchester. Huh. See, this is another part of the problem with Dark Souls 2, like you teleport between bonfires. As opposed to making you just run between them. Yeah, it's more convenient, but you definitely have less of a sense of the world compared to the original game. Explode the wall to the bonfire? Steve Martin, excellent, gets a soul of a woman, but he occupies his body at the same time. That sounds familiar. It sounds like a movie I'm aware of, but I've never seen. Could have done with rolling away faster there. God damn it, raise your shield! Knew that was coming. Explore the wall to the bonfire. I have no idea what wall it'd be. I'm trying to go over my map of this place in my head and I'm just drawing blanks. And like I say, the teleporting between bonfires is convenient. But having it so early on really does mean that you never get the same sense of the world here. 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 There, probably. Oh yeah, it's the barrels. Awesome. Take those off. Make sure I don't abuse them and lose them. Oh, Mecha Cardinal Tower, sweet. Thanks, Professor. Fire boom. Fire boom indeed. Good day, sir. Yeah, if I go this way, I'm probably gonna find it. That led up top. That doesn't lead where I want. Over here, maybe? Yeah, this is it. Ah, the symbol of the king. Never mind, that was a wasted trip. Alright. I need to figure out where to go. Venric. Venric. I never did go through the Grave of Saints. We never finished this place off. we went right and dealt with the Dragon Rider. We never went left because of how problematic it was. Big guy. That white guy did not aggro before. No, that guy did not aggro last time we were here. Neither did this guy. Interesting. Suggest a change in the state. The ship area, No Man's Wharf, yeah. The ship took us to a different location. I am just taking way too much damage. Hey Clem, how you doing, buddy? Okay, so we take the left. I do wonder... Is the aggro range for the white guys way bigger now? So this guy wasn't there for me before. Yeah, not doing too bad. Not too bad. Made some progress tonight. Clem, in your Final Fantasy VII stream, it was Barrett we called Jeff, wasn't it? And you refused to actually say he was called Jeff? Yeah, it was. Neat. Look forward to seeing you get back to that, Clem. It was good. It was a good stream. Come on. Right, so the white guys are aggroing much further, it seems. Or just more white guys. To be fair, Bort was a good name. I'll probably, if I remember or if you request it at some point, I'll probably name something else Bort. Excuse me, were you talking to me? No, my son's name is also Bort. No, that's fair enough. If you do it later tonight, Ali isn't streaming tonight, so you won't have a conflict with her. She hasn't got internet at her new place yet. I mean, that's only if you want to, though. Deal with you better this time. You gave me so much trouble last time. Probably a good thing, because God, I would not have beaten this guy earlier. Oh, trivia night. Fair enough. Well, that was a bullshit hitbox. Sure does bring back memories of the Hellkite, Drake. Well, I appreciate you stopping in with your limited time, Clem. This is gonna go badly. This is gonna go badly. I'm probably not safe here. All in all, it suggests this is kind of worthless. Unless I was to hit it with enough poison arrows. There we go. It's actually poisoned. So let's wait for that to run out and then we'll hit it with some more. It's a shame you missed the RE3 stream on Sunday, Clem. It was a good stream. Okay, that didn't work. What? Well, you know, that would have worked if, for some reason, it didn't start shooting the wall. You have to use regular arrows now. Yeah, don't worry about it. Real life always takes priority. I'm just fortunate enough not to have a real life. Why did that suddenly do 314 damage? Well, that's interesting. Let me get into the rest of it. That feels like a castle. Well, that's a lot of real life you have in there, Clem. Slow down. Save some for the rest of us. Whee! If this is a boss, I could be in real trouble here. Hi! Oh, hello, Ornstein. Like, seriously, they just reused Ornstein's model? Really? And recolored it? Completely different. He's smaller and a different colour. Uh-oh. I think you'll find I'm better with the spear. You have too many tells there, buddy. That looked cooler when it hit me with lightning. But seriously, that's straight up Ornstein. That's embarrassing. It really is. Old Leo ring. Is it actually supposed to be Ornstein? Yeah, it's the same result as the Leo ring. I wonder. You a friend or am I gonna kill you?
Transient being.
Norman the
This is
Spearmaster.
no place for one such as you. Be gone. You are not needed. Transient be... You would never make a Knight of the Blue. Be gone. Transient... You be gone.
Well, I'm not gonna join the blue. I don't really care. Blue Eye Orb, if I remember rightly, that's for invading the world of the guilty. Cleric's Palmer and Tower Shield. Interesting. Cleric's Palmer. I think I already have one of these. Oh hey, another dead end with a bonfire. Well, we crossed one place off the list at least. Progress is progress. Where are you? There you are.
Is that a shard you've...
Oh yeah, I got a shard. I forgot about that. That should be 9 Estus then. Okay, so castle. Pretty sure that's the Harvest Tower, isn't it? Okay. Lost the Steel. Sinner's Rise, where we fought the Lost Sinner. Grave of Saints is really the only way we've got, as far as I can think. It's the only place I've not explored. From the Shaded Woods. You know, I should do that now then while I remember that. Fog area where you have 3 roads. Alright. Let's go back into the fog. If you go down to the woods today, you're sure a big surprise. So I went all around the outside of this in a full circuit. Not this path. You know, I think I remember what you're talking about, actually. It is a place I've seen. That was down this path. If what I'm thinking's right. You dick. Where did that get you in life? Alright. Guy to the right, guy to the left. I think they're classy. They're really not. Yeah, I never got comfortable parrying in this game. Okay. Head back. I knew there was something else here. Alright. Last time I went up here, this door said it didn't have anything for me. And now it opens. Is this DLC again? Ivory King, yeah, it's DLC. But what about the road beyond? Is that really just to get past the broken, yeah, past the broken archway? Jeez. There's a lot of fuss to get past a broken archway. Yeah. Thanks for the directions, Professor. More phantoms, my favourite enemies. Sarcasm? What? Me? Alright, come on, you spooky son of a bitch. Well, that was easier than I expected. Not the pathway, I mean specifically getting those items. That wasn't the Harvest Tower, that is actually the castle. Am I entering through the sewers? Oh wow, it's raining on this side. You know, I always appreciate rain as an environmental detail. But is this going to be as cool as Hyrule Castle was in Twilight Princess? Shooting fire arrows. Booyaka booyaka 619. Hello. Well, you know, I'm already hyped for the next session. Get back here. Thank you. Did that just say Titanite slab? Did I really just get a Titanite slab from that? Yep. Wow. Also, how did you get here?
This castle is isolated. But nonetheless, you must forge on. To bring an end to your journey and mine.
If you could get here any time, why didn't you? Alright, be that way. I guess we're climbing the Tower of Barad-dûr. You know, wonderful. It's a good thing I already took on a bunch of these. It's a good thing these guys are tougher than those. Thank God for stairs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You wanna give me a hand? Anything? This is your journey as well? So, you know, in a lot of ways, this game has fallen short of the first. But, you know, this is actually really cool. Similar vibe to Anno Londo, but with a completely different flavour, and I love it. The moonlight, the rain, the walk to the castle. This is good. I like this. Hannibal war elephants. The problem was he only had one of them left by the time he got across the Alps. Watch out for the fire arrows. Even though I don't want to get close to those stone guardians yet. Bugger. What a shame it takes you so long to reload. Oh, that bodes ill. Oh, I hope he's not going to throw that. Let's investigate this. Hello. Oh, you seem to have gone back to sleep. How many of you guys are there? You're gonna be endless till I kill one of you near this guy, aren't you? Come on. There. Jeez. There we go. Shove off. Oh, jeez, you just will not stop. Fancy. Is this where Bloody Tear starts playing and we take on all the vampires? Knew it. Good work. Good work not falling off. Huh. Interesting. What about you? Nope. Nope. What about you? Sweet. Unfortunately, you have failed today's game. But thanks for playing. Oh hey, another door. That probably opens from the inside. What was on the other side? I'm sure I saw something. No, I thought I saw something, but it was just the mountain. The way the water shining on the mountain made it look like something. Alright. What do we have? You bid me welcome? Hello? You have guests?
Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? This castle is the domain.
Oh, there's Vendrick. Alright, fair enough.
Is your trespass intentional?
Yep.
His Highness. Where has he gone? You are a guest of our castle. I am the Chancellor, Belaga. Do you seek an audience with my lord, King Vendrick? Unfortunately, His Highness is absent. My lord, the king, has taken him.
Oh, okay.
My lord made magnificent findings on souls, an accomplishment for the ages. He vanquished 4 great ones and built this kingdom upon their souls.
Were they the same 4 great ones I took out, or were
Gods
they
built
different?
this land since ages long, long ago. King Vendrick, we must fight back, or the giants will take Drangleic.
No, the giants are all dead.
The king had a dear queen, a woman of unparalleled beauty. Long ago, the queen came to us, alone, from a faraway land. She warned our lord of the looming threat across the seas, of the giants. The king crossed the ocean and defeated the giants with the queen at his side. The king commandeered their power and created the golems.
That sounds bad.
The king created this castle to celebrate victory and to show his love, his gratitude to his queen. The queen brought peace to this land and to her king. A peace so deep, it was like the dark. Is this some sort of a dream? Where am I? What has happened to our castle? Who are you? And by whose permission do you stand before me? Welcome. Our guests are treated with honor. This is the way of our castle. Tell me if you should require anything.
Well, something's going on.
My lord made he vanquished our king. Gone so soon. Be safe on your travels.
I believe so. Let's go. So, the Queen's the villain. Gotta be. Interesting. Doesn't bode well, and it's been a while since a bonfire. I wonder. What an odd place.
Welcome. Our guests are treated. Tell me, the king had long ago. The king, gone so soon. Be safe.
An old empty castle. Oh, not so empty. Better finish this guy quick. Well, never mind. You could have given me a minute there, buddy. Well, see ya. Okay. That's an interesting moveset you got there, friend. And you cut me right through my shield. Wonderful. Going on the defensive isn't going to do me any good here. Going on the offensive isn't doing me much good either. Wonderful. What do you mean, the red? Look to the stream, Star. How you doing, buddy? Oh, come on. I backstabbed him there. What happened? The downsides of Christmas. Wonderful. Bollocks. I'll get the bastard sword, get the bastard sword, get the bastard sword, bastard sword, there we go. All the best fights happen in the rain or on planets full of lava. Makes me fascinated with the applications of the scythe in this game, though. The scythe moveset wasn't particularly great in the original, but this looks very impressive. Well, that happened. That's good to hear, Star. And yeah, no kidding. Guy was doing a lot of damage. And that scythe just looked like it went right through my shield. Bonfire? That'd be interesting. Gameplay wise, I assume it's going to be more of RE2 make. Though I'd be interested in seeing specific applications in the way the game is handling areas and the gameplay relating to that. The environments in the original RE3 were still tight and claustrophobic despite being out in the city. And I'm wondering if they're going to keep that. You know, I'm beginning to miss my halberd. That said, the fact that the bastard sword does not take much stamina to swing is nice. Alright, thanks for joining us, Clem. We're actually over time now, and I've really just been searching for a bonfire for the last 20 minutes. But yeah, thanks for joining us, Clem. I appreciate it, buddy. Take care. There we go. That is a nice backstab animation. And I like that this game doesn't remove the lock-on when you do a backstab. That was a problem I had with the first game. I like that, it's a good backstab. What about you? No? Good. You? Alright, come on. You know, I think you're right, Professor. That was a big swing arc there, friend. That said, while I'm not going to stick with it because of how much I've put into the halberd, I am beginning to appreciate the bastard sword. Especially how little stamina it takes. It's really nice. Whee! Bonfire? Ladder! Alright, fair enough. Sneaky bastards. Thankfully, I'm wearing headphones. Really could do with a bonfire. Come on, baby, give me the bonfire. Nice. Alright, let's level up. The halberd broke, so this is a good time to test my theory that sitting at a bonfire just repairs your equipment. Didn't repair that. Yeah, might as well repair it while I'm here, though. Save the repair powder for another case. Not usually into reinforcing them, but I've been using these the entire time. So some extra defense isn't a bad idea. How are you back here?
Bearer of the left.
Okay, halberd is back on. We're good. Go back to Drangleic Castle and call it a session. Well, that's going to do it for today. Progress was certainly made. It's good stuff, it's good stuff. Alright, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream today. I always appreciate the support, thank you so much. Special thanks to Bane, Professor, Clem, and Star for joining the chat. I always really appreciate that, guys. It's what keeps the stream going. I'll be back on Thursday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. It's not my fault you were late, Star. Back on Thursday, 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time with more Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin. I have a feeling we're getting close to the end, and looking forward to finishing this game. Still not sure what we'll do after this. Like I say, I've been thinking stuff like Persona 3, which, do I want to jump into a huge game after this? Because Persona 3 will take ages. Shadow the Colossus, which I never beat. Transformers Devastation was a request earlier from Bane. So we'll see, but that's in the future. But in the meantime, I want to thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day. And hopefully I'll catch you guys next time. Yeah, Transformers. Robots in disguise. Autobots wage their battles to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. What's your suggestion, Ben? Yeah, Breath of Fire 3 might not be a bad idea, actually. You know, they added Breath of Fire 2 to the Switch Online stuff recently. They already had the first Breath of Fire on there, but they added Breath of Fire 2. So that could be interesting. Yeah, it does mean I legally own all 5 Breath of Fire games. Well, this is the beginning with a B that I've been wanting to go through. Brave Fencer Musashi. I won't mind going through Bayonetta again. I was going to do that for the channel, but I started doing something else instead. I've been debating Blood Omen, actually, for the stream. You know, I never played Blast Core. I do have the rare replay. Blast Core... Was Blast Core Was Blast Core by Rare? Am I thinking the one that was by DMA Design? No, DMA Design did Body Harvest. Blast Core is Rare, yeah. I know you were talking about Bubsy 3D, man. You're always talking about Bubsy 3D. Yeah, you knock buildings down to clear the path for an out-of-control truck carrying a nuclear missile. Yeah, I know what Blast Core is. I get confused sometimes with the Rare games, that and probably Jet Force Gemini, and Body Harvest, which was essentially Grand Theft Auto 3 before Grand Theft Auto 3. It was the game that DMA Design did before they became Rockstar, and they made Grand Theft Auto 3. Out of control hot dog truck. You know, Blast Core could be interesting as part of a larger collection, because I think I took a look at Blast Core for like 5 minutes at one point on Rare Replay. But Blast Core could be worth a look as part of a larger stream looking at just Rare Replay. You got Blast Core, you got Battletoads, Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, which I have actually never played. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. I've been meaning to play Cameo Master of Elements for a while. And Conker's Bad Fur Day. But not the Rare games I actually like and have played before, like Donkey Kong Country or Diddy Kong Racing or GoldenEye. Or Star Fox Adventures. No, I don't like Star Fox Adventures, but I did play it before. I still have Star Fox Adventures somewhere. I wonder if they're gonna put Prince Tricky. If you didn't hit that thing within 10 minutes of meeting it, then you have the patience of a saint. Perfect Dark actually is a good point. I've been meaning to do Perfect Dark, and somebody was asking earlier about Gold. My brother asked me if I'd played GoldenEye on my 64 anytime recently. And when I was speaking with my brother, it was like, I played it for like 10 minutes a few months ago. But I remember Perfect Dark when I got Rare Replay, when I got my Xbox One. Perfect Dark was the only game I actually sat down and spent any time on. I played it for like an hour. And it was pretty good, and I wouldn't mind going back to it. Split screen multiplayer on Time Splitters 2. Those were indeed the days. You know what? While we're talking, I'm going to go back and level up again. I miss those old shooters. The shooters that actually made me like shooters before I just lost interest in them. Like Time Splitters, like GoldenEye, like the other Bond games that came out around the time. The World Is Not Enough, Agent of Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing. Not From Russia With Love, I never liked that game. I've only done the split screen racing on Sonic 2 in a few times, and I never really thought much of it. For me, the best multiplayer Sonic ever got was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on GameCube. It's like, that multiplayer was fantastic. You could race through the... You could play every level in multiplayer. Racing through all the Sonic and Shadow stages. Shooting each other up in all of the Eggman and Tails stages. And hunting for treasure in all of the Knuckles and Rouge stages. They gave you the entire game in multiplayer, it was fantastic. It's like how Rogue Squadron 3 isn't as good as Rogue Squadron 2, but the best thing it did was it gave you Rogue Squadron 2, the complete game, in co-op. God, the days of classic multiplayer. But, anyway, that's going to do it. We've gone way over time. Once again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. Super special thanks to Bane, Professor, Clem and Star for joining the chat. It is what keeps the stream going. It really is. The interaction with the chat. Love chatting with you guys. Back 8 PM Greenwich Mean Time. Thursday, more Dark Souls 2. Hopefully going to finish it either Thursday or Tuesday. Hopefully finish it soon. I don't know. I'm making guesses based on what I assume is the final area, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Professor knows. He's played this before. I don't. These are the risks you take playing a game blind. I could start this up on Thursday, walk out and fight the final boss. I don't know. Yeah, well. Once again, thank you all for watching. Have yourself a fantastic time of day. And take care.